welcome to my class. Today we are going to review the difference between present perfect simple and continuous. But at the beginning we are going to remember the topic of the last week. So tell me, what did we review? Okay, we reviewed the difference between past simple and present perfect. And tell me, what is the main difference? Okay, the main difference is that you are going to use past simple in order to speak a completed actions that happened in the past. And we are going to use present perfect in order to speak about the actions that start in the past and continue to the present. That is the main difference. That's right? Okay. As I said before, today we are going to review the difference between present perfect simple versus present perfect continuous. And what is the objective for today? To check the main difference between both tenses in order to create sentence with a specific context. Okay, that is the objective for today. And tell me, do you know what are the main difference? Okay, and tell me, do you know the structure of the tense? Okay, today we are going to check that, so pay attention. Present perfect simple. We are going to use present perfect simple when you are going to emphasize on the result, and present perfect continuous you are going to use in order to emphasize on the activity. Pay attention to the examples. I have found my friends and they are coming to the party. In this kind of sentence, in this case, I am going to emphasize on the result. I do that actions, but I am emphasizing on the result. I have found my friends and they are coming to the party. That is my result. They are coming to the party. Okay, and present perfect continuous. I have been phoning my friends. That is my action. I am emphasizing on the activity. That is why I haven't done my homework, because I am doing that action. So in this case, I am emphasizing on the result. In this case, I am emphasizing on the activity. I have been phoning. That is my activity. Okay, my friends. That is the main difference. Present perfect, you have to emphasize on the result, and present perfect continuous on the activity. Okay. We are going to check the second difference. In present perfect simple, says how much you have done any action, okay? And in present perfect continuous, says how long you have been doing something. Okay, pay attention. I have cooked 10 pizzas. Okay, that is how much? 10 pizzas. I have been cooking all afternoon. Pay attention here. How long means the time. So I have been cooking all afternoon. Okay, you can identify because that is a time expression, all afternoon, that indicates the duration of something. Okay, in this case you are going to use present perfect continuous when you have how long all afternoon. Okay, in the case of the present perfect, you are going to use how much you have done the action. I have cooked 10 pizzas. Okay, that is the main difference. Pay attention. Present perfect, how much. Present continuous, how long. Okay. The third difference between the both tense is the following. In the present perfect simple, may give the idea that something is more permanent. In the present perfect continuous, may give the idea that something is temporary. Here you have some examples. He has worked in this shop all his life. Okay, in that case, that is a permanent action. In this case, I have been working here for the last 2 months. In this case, that is temporary, and pay attention. In this case, that is a expression of time that's showing duration. Okay, I have been working here for the last 2 months. That kind of sentence of that kind of expression express a temporary action. In this case, all his life. that expression express you a permanent action. Okay, he has worked in this shop all his life. That is a permanent action. Okay, that is the difference. So present perfect simple, permanent actions, and present perfect continuous, temporarily actions. Okay, and that is the last difference. It is used when he wants to say how many times something has been repeated. Okay, and in present perfect continuous, it is using when we want to emphasize the process of change over a period of time, and these changes are not finished. So we are going to focus in present perfect to the how many times, in present perfect continuous to the process of the action. Here we have some examples. He has invited her 2 or 4 times, but she always is busy. Here I am talking about the times that he does the action. He has invited her 2 or 4 times. That is how many times he does the action. In this case, your English has been improving since you start doing your homework. Pay attention. In this case, I am focusing on the process of the actions. Your English has been improving. That is the process since you start doing your homework. Okay, and remember, we are going to do a little review. So present perfect emphasize on the result, and present continuous on the activity. Present perfect simple says how much you have done any action, and present perfect continuous says how long you have been doing something. Another difference, present perfect simple emphasize of the permanence of the activity, and present perfect continuous emphasize on the duration of the time. It means if the action is temporary. And the main difference is that present perfect simple emphasizes on how many times something has been repeated, and present perfect continuous emphasizes on the process of the action. So we are going to make some exercise in order to understand better. Okay, so we are going to do that. Okay, yeah, you have to choose present perfect simple or present perfect continuous. Okay, in this case, pay attention. This is Julie learned to drive for 6 years. Yeah, pay attention. In this kind of sentence, it shows the time. Okay, the duration. So we are going to use present perfect continuous. Learning. Julie has been learning to drive for 6 years. Okay. In the second example, remember one thing. Yeah, pay attention. The structure is the following. You are going to use the auxiliary has or have, depends on the subject, been always, and the verb in ing. That is the structure or present perfect continuous. We are going to see that example. Pay attention. Here is easier because you have that expression. Remember, you have some time expressions as already, just, yet, still, that you are going to found only in present perfect. So in this case we are going to use present perfect because of the time expression. So Amanda, that is third person, so I am going to use has, already, had. Yeah, pay attention. In the present perfect simple, I am going to use, that is the structure, the auxiliary has or have, that is depend on the subject, and the verb in past participle form. Okay, that is the structure. And when you have a time expression as already or just, you are going to situate between the auxiliary and the verb in past participle. Okay, so Amanda has already had lunch, so she will meet us later. We are going to see the third example. How much coffee Remember, if you are asking about how much, you are going to use, okay, present perfect simple. How much has she drunk? Yeah, in this case, pay attention to the structure. In questions, you are going to use at the beginning the time, the WH word. Then you are going to use the auxiliary has or have, then your subject, and the verb in past participle. So, how much coffee has she drunk this morning? Okay, I am using present perfect because my question is about how much. Okay, how much for present perfect and how long for present continuous. Okay, in this case, Simon write 3 books. Okay, remember we are going to use present perfect in order to speak about how many times do you do the action. So I am going to use present perfect. Simon has written 3 books. Okay, because I am emphasizing on how many times he does the action. Okay, Simon has written 3 books. Okay, in this case we are going to check the last example. I work in the garden all day and I need a rest. Pay attention here. I am emphasizing on the duration of the action. Okay, pay attention here. I am emphasizing on how many times he does the action. In this case, how long I do the action. In this case, how long? All day. So I am going to use present perfect continuous. I have been working in the garden all day and I need a rest. Yeah, pay attention. In this case, how many times? 3 books. In this case, how long? All day. So in this case, I am showing the difference between the both tense. And thank you, students. That is all for today. So pay attention, check the slideshows, and you have a homework. I'm going to put the specification of that in the classroom. So that is all for today. Thank you, students. I hope that you have learned something more about that, and that is all. Goodbye, students.